It's time for another nickel bank box battle, and this one is round 6. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and we've got another nickel box battle episode coming right at you. It's round 6. You recall Wells Fargo took round 1. Well, they tied it with Chase. Chase has taken rounds 2 and 3 by itself, and B of A has won the last 2. The overall leader after 5 rounds is Chase. Chase has 31.3 points. B of A is right on its heels at 31-1. And Wells Fargo is bringing up the rear at 25-2. I'm curious to see which of these boxes holds some really cool finds. We're kicking it off with this first Wells Fargo box. Since they're in last place, let's give them a chance to be first, at least on the board of finds. I've already checked it for enders. I don't see anything special. Let's kick off this battle with this roll right here. Roll number 3 of the Wells Fargo box. We found a couple of 54Ds so far, but we got our first 40s find of the box. It's a 1946 Denver as well, and we found an 09 already. Roll number 7, and look what we got here. A 1939. Can there be a mint mark? There is not. We find a lot of 39Ps when we find 39s. Sure would be nice to get 39S or a 39D every once in a while. We have found them, just not very often. Roll number 11. We have found another 40s nickel. This one's a 48 Philadelphia. Roll number 26. We've got a foreign Canadian nickel in the box. 1988. First one of those. It had been a bit, but we're on roll 35, and we finally got another 40s nickel here. It's a 1940 on the nose, Philadelphia. Roll 38. We've got another 40s nickel here. 1941, San Francisco. Roll 46. We got a 1947. Denver. Roll 49. We've got another 40s nickel, and this one's another 47 out of Denver. Well, we finished that Wells Fargo nickel box. We got 13 from the 50s, and I guess the best of the 50s is this 52S. Not a bad find. We got 6 in the 40s. Oldest of the 40s was a 1940 Philadelphia. We did get one in the 30s, 39P. I checked it for the doubling on the Monticello and the 5 cents. Wasn't there. So put that aside. 309s and a Canadian. Not a lot of good finds. No war nickels, no V nickels, and no Buffalo nickels. However, not a bad amount of finds overall. I think B of A can do better. Roll number 4 of the Bank of America box, and we're off to a pretty good start because I see the back of some silver. It's a Philadelphia minted wartime nickel, and it's a 45P. Can't get mad at that. Guess we'll check the reverses for some doubling, but we're on the board with some silver in the box. Roll number 8, guys. We got another 40s nickel towards the back of the roll. A 1949D. And we'll be checking the 49D for any doubling. And I don't see anything worth mentioning. But still, 49D, we'll take it. That's 2 nickels in the 40s, one's a silver. We're on roll number 12, guys, and I just laid them out, and we got a yellow one right there. And I'm almost certain that's going to be another silver. 1943. Can it be a D? It's a 43P, but there is an error or variety with a double I. So let's see if he's got a double I. It's pretty toasted. It's hard to tell. You would see a little doubling right here, and I can't tell if that's it. We're going to go ahead and wipe it down and be right back. Well, I don't see it, guys. And like I was saying, this little triangle piece here would be sticking out in front of the bridge of his nose, and it's not there, at least from what I can tell. Still, 12 rolls in, 2 war nickels deep. Roll number 21. We've got ourselves another 40s nickel here. Had that silver war nickel look, but it's not. It's a 47p instead. Roll number 30, and we've got a couple of them here. Very first one, 1948, Philadelphia. And then I saw a few behind it. Looks like we got a 1940. And it's a 1940 Philadelphia as well. Roll number 33, and I think we have 2 more. I see for sure a 1940 in the front, 40 Philadelphia. And this one looks pretty old right here. It's a 52. Old enough, I guess. And it's a 52D. Not a bad year. Roll 38. And I just laid them out, and this one is catching my eye. And it's another war nickel. We're going to have our 3rd war nickel of this Bank of America box. 1944 Denver. It's not the 43D, but a 44D is pretty good. So we've got a 43, a 44, and a 45. Roll 42, and we've got a 1948 Denver with pretty much a hole punched in it. Probably a hole. Roll 43, and check it out. A 39. Is there a mint mark? There is not. Let's go ahead and check it for the doubling on the Monticello word and the 5 cents words. I don't see any doubling despite the damage. So, just a 39, but it's a 30s nickel nonetheless. And we'll add it to the collection. Roll 48, guys. And this Buffalo would win the Hide and Go Seek of the Year award. I didn't even notice it until I pulled the last nickel off him and looked back up. Holy cow. There's no information on this whatsoever. It is a type 2, not a type 1. I don't think we're going to have a mint mark either. Doesn't appear that there's going to be a mint mark on that one as well. And without a mint mark, and in this bad a condition, it won't hurt to Nic-A-Date it and see what it is. Well, guys, I've Nic-A-Dated it, and check this out. 1913. We Nic-A-Date it using the trusted Nic-A-Date, and if you don't know what that is, it basically restores the dates on your old nickels. The problem with it is, once you use it, you're down to about 10 or 20% of the value of the coin. Now, an undated Buffalo in this condition, 50 cents to $1 at best anyway. So whenever they're in this bad a shape, I have to Nic-A-Date or know what they are. Plus, I'm still looking for some 1913 type 2s. So it's a 1913, and it's a type 2 because instead of the raised mound, it's a flat mound. And I went ahead because obviously I wanted to make sure if it might have had a mint mark on the back. So I went ahead and Nic-A-Dated the back as well. And I think there's a mint mark. I haven't spent enough time looking at it, but you can see some elements between the 5 and the cents. So let me go ahead and look at that and see if I can pull if that's a D or an S, or if I'm just seeing some damage. Alright guys, I've got my macro lens on here, so I'm sorry for the shaking. But I don't think that damage there is a mint mark. It kind of looks like an S in some lights, but we would see more raised elements than that. You could see it looks like an S right there. If you look between the E and the C, it does have some of the markings of an S. But man, my eyes could be playing tricks on me. So I've messed with it long enough, guys. At this glance, it looks like there's no mint mark. I think my eyes are just playing tricks on me. Either way, it's a 1913 Type 2 Philadelphia mint. I have one in better shape than this, but still a good find. 3 silvers and a Buffalo nickel. We got to finish this roll, and we got 2 more rolls to hunt, and we'll see if we can find anything else. Well, we finished hunting that B of A nickel box, guys, and it was one of my better boxes. We got a couple of 59s, 3 58s, and 2 57s. We got 3 55s, 3 54s, a 1953. We got a sweet 1952, Denver. We got a 49, 2 48s, a 47, 2 40s, a 39, 3 war nickels, a 1913 Type 2 Philadelphia Mint Buffalo nickel, 409s, and check out this beautiful 1979 out of Denver. Almost full steps, but it's got a ding across the middle of it, as you can see. That was a great box. One of the best boxes of the series so far, so I'm sure it's going to score a lot of points. It's up to now Chase, the leader of the nickels, to do better than this, which is going to be tough. Well, we're on roll 15 of the Chase box. We've got an 09, 3 54s, and a 59, so we did have some finds, but we're finally getting our first 40s nickel of the box. It's not in really good shape either, but it's a 1946, and it's one of the finds, so it kicks us off with an early Jefferson. Roll 18, another 40s nickel here. This one's a 1948 Philadelphia. Roll number 30, and we're going to have our earliest Jefferson nickel of the box so far. It's a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll 35, found another 40s nickel here. 1946 Philadelphia again. Roll 39, got another 40s nickel right here. 1947 Denver. Roll number 40, guys. Ask and you shall receive, but it's a shame. Just getting ready to pull this nickel down and saw that I had a buffalo behind it. And it is trashed. Let's see if it has a mint mark. I don't think there's a mint mark there. Looks like there's just some excessive damage. I mean, obviously at first glance, it reminds me of an S. And actually that looks like it could be an S. It's either me or the damage, but that looks like an S right here. We won't know until I get a little Nic-A-Date on it. So let me go ahead and Nic-A-Date the back side of this on the bottom and the front side of this on the bottom and see if we can pull a date and possibly a mint mark off it. Otherwise, we've just got a trashed buffalo. Well, as expected, Nic-A-Date couldn't help. This thing is beyond help. And as far as the back goes, you really can't tell if there's an S there. It appears that there's an S between the 5 cents, barely. But it's so heavily scuffed, that could just be my eyes playing tricks on me with the scuffing. To any extent, we'll never be able to identify this one. But it is a buffalo nickel, and it is our first of the box. It's worth pretty much 5 cents in the condition it's in. We'll hold on to it, though. We'll give it a home. It's had a rough life, and we'll get back to the box. Maybe we'll get something else good in there, and something that we actually can see. All right, let's get back to the hunt. Roll 42. Got another early Jefferson here, 1941 Philadelphia. Roll 46, we've got another 40s nickel, and it's a 1947 Philadelphia as well. Finished hunting that Chase box, guys, and it did a lot to try to stave off that onslaught of the B of A box. But let's talk about the finds. We had 14 in the 50s. In the 40s, really nothing fantastic at all. A couple of 41s. We did get a buffalo that's unidentifiable, unfortunately. So we'll never know what it is, but it's still a buffalo for the points and a couple of 09s. Let me plug in the stats and make it official to see if B of A won the box battle, and then did it catch enough points up to pass up Chase to take the overall lead. All right, everyone, got the data plugged in. The Wells Fargo Bank box scored 29.5 points this round. Chase Bank scored 31.5, which is what it's been averaging. And B of A pulled out a third consecutive win with a whopping 47.5 points, its best box. So now the overall leader is B of A, 33.8 points, 31.3 for Chase, and Wells Fargo's in last at 25.9. We've now officially completed 6 full rounds of the Battle of the Banks for nickels. We have 4 more rounds to go to see who the overall winner will be. Hopefully you're enjoying the Battle of the Bank series with the nickels. If you are, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.